Okay, looks like we got everything together, so we can finally get started. I've given the cue to our racers, so once they're ready to go, they will see the timer start going. And we're just about off. Okay, and looks like we've actually started. So now I got a better idea what the lag is. Welcome to Wario's Woods, the very unique puzzle platformer for the NES. We've been doing a tournament for several weeks now, and had a bunch of races. Though, if this is your first one, this is a very interesting game. As you can see, we got Toad running around in the field, picking up these enemies and arranging them into match 3 shapes. These first few levels, they're going to go pretty fast. Players are going to focus largely on making diamonds by getting rows of 5, which the diamonds clear entire colors, and that is by far the fastest way to get through a lot of stuff. In general, it's just to your advantage to get rid of colors as quickly as possible because it reduces the kinds of bombs you can get, just makes things more consistent. So that's going to be a key focus throughout the entire run. Still pretty close. We're not really going to see big divergence in the first 10 or 20 levels. They're pretty fast, as you can see. There's usually only a couple of colors. All the enemies are the quote-unquote basic enemies, which you can attack in any direction. We're going to see some more advanced enemy types by the time we get later in this 50-stage run. We'll see all of them. Cytown, again, trying to arrange those enemies, not just to get the diamonds with the 5s, but also just to kill them and clear the colors with as few bombs as possible. Cytown got the good pattern for 10. Each stage has 2 patterns that can come up. They aren't always equally good. This is definitely the better pattern for 10 over on Cytown's side. Got to that pretty quickly. Got the less good pattern for 11, though. 2 patterns for 11 don't look that different, but the one different enemy makes it more likely to have a single enemy left over if you follow the obvious clear patterns. So it can actually be a bit of a pain. If you look on Cytown's screen, those blue enemies, and you see how they're kind of in that little angle shape, didn't end up clearing them that way, but that's a good way to get rid of 5 enemies really quickly, or 4 enemies really quickly. 5 is with the bomb. It doesn't make a diamond, but it's definitely a pattern you want to watch out for when you're trying to get through this game fast. Aaron's on stage 11, and making quick work of it. So we're just going to keep on blazing through these early stages and start to see the enemy patterns are a little less obvious. It's not just 2 colors. You actually have to start rearranging things. Now over on Cytown's screen, those red enemies, if you look on the left, there's a legend, and they have question mark. But what those enemies do is they change colors after the first hit. They're going to go red to white, and then white after the white hit, they will actually be destroyed. The game was rude and gave Cytown a bunch of reds before the white, so that's just some time lost. The only way to get around it is to clear the colors faster. It's just generally always what you want to do is reduce colors as quickly as possible. So short work on 15. Staying pretty close so far. Let's see what Cytown trying to see if you can get a diamond set up. The game's not going to give it, and it's just not worth waiting, so we can clear out some colors. One more bomb here, and that'll finish out stage 16 for Cytown. Aaron's waiting on a white. Stage 17 is interesting because of the vertical stacks, and Cytown is getting really bad RNG. The first problem was getting a color in the middle of the stack, bifurcating it, so you have to run over the gap. And then the 2 pink bombs that dropped left a extra pink bomb, which you didn't have to manage, which resulted in more extra pink bombs coming down. Costs a lot of time. You want to work from the outside in, but it's not always up to you. Waiting on see if we can get a diamond there. There it is. Switching back to Aaron's side, entering 16. Gonna go for that red diamond first. I'm gonna use that to take care of those guys. I thought they would have tried a little bit rearrangement there to save the extra hit on white. Aaron's gonna set this. Cytown's gonna set this up, get that diamond. It's spawned in exactly the right position. Gonna move on. We're gonna get another cutscene. We get a cutscene every level that ends in 9. So we'll see about 5 of those over the course of this run. So there's a 20-stage run. That's the shortest category, and we'd be approaching the end of it here, except this isn't that category. We're doing the 50. But this is kind of this is kind of where the run, the difficulty is going to increase. And but if you liked what you saw in the first 20 stages, consider that run. Aaron's trying to get that stack in a position to get the diamond, having to do a little rejiggering. Got the blue diamond. You really want the diamonds on those difficult, on the 2-hit enemies or the flashing enemies, which we haven't seen yet, or the diagonal-only enemies. Cytown continuing to focus on color elimination, which is what you want to do. That diamond spawned in a fortunate position, saved a little time because you didn't have to move anything. Trying to set up that little wedge with the orange so we can get a quick kill on orange over on Cytown's screen. Going for another blue elimination, moving really fast over here. Gonna wait for the bomb rather than use an enemy because that guarantees that blue is cleared off the screen, which guarantees the next bomb will be a pink. That's what we want to see. That's how things are going to move fast in this game. Stage 23 here, you kind of want to get the non-question mark enemies, the single hitters, out of the way as quickly as possible. Trying to get the whites out of the way. But you do kind of want to not be getting random bombs in green, pink, and orange on this one. Aaron, a few stages back at this point, cleaning up the greens. See if you would have waited for that other bomb. Could have gotten a full blue clear, but I don't actually know if it's worth it in that case. Cytown is desperately hoping for a green. Finally showed up. And got a blue diamond, which is not very useful. There's not much blue left to deal with here. Aaron's setting up a diagonal diamond, which actually was kind of useful. Gonna wait for the other orange bomb. Gonna try to set it up. Didn't actually get it. Sometimes the controls in this game can be a little difficult. The top players get really fluid with it in a way that I don't even understand. So kudos to them. Cytown, too many reds. Kind of waiting to see what the plan is with all those reds. Just holding out for the orange, or the diamond, probably. Nice sticking that bomb inside. And then juggling the stack to keep it from getting too high so that could insert the stack below the falling bomb. Good high-level techniques. Aaron's on 22. just about to wrap that one up. Um, Back to this one with just a few random colors. And again, you kind of want to get rid of these colors as soon as possible. Gives you a chance to focus on the enemies that are actually difficult. And I'd say Aaron got really good bombs here. Gonna get stuck with one extra red. Oh, that blue bomb spawned and could have really killed that entire strategy, but luckily it did not give the dead diamond. Cytown back on 26. Got Wario gave one extra blue enemy there, so we haven't really seen a lot of Wario time yet, but when Wario shows up, instead of just dropping bombs, he can also drop enemies on the screen, including colors that don't have any enemies left. So that's yet another reason why you need to get colors gone, so you don't get colors brought back. And then here is another new type of enemy, which is the enemies that take 2 hits. They will flash after the first hit, and after so long, they will stop flashing. So you do have to kill them in a certain amount of time in order to actually get them gone, and Cytown's taking them into Wario time. It's actually going to let the flashing stop. Oh, that was kind of a snipe. The reason you might want to let the flashing stop here is because Wario will drop these enemies on a pace that's actually really bad, where one will come down and start flashing. You'll hit one, it'll flash, a new one will come down, and that one won't be flashing. You'll be out of cycle. Cytown getting the 5 bombs there to force a all bomb diamond. That is a good play. Something I'll have to keep in mind for myself later. Just to force that diamond to guarantee the flashing will not be an issue. Aaron's made it to 26. Got a really good diamond out of there. That Cytown's going to try to juggle this and get rid of green. Diamond will finish the level. Aaron's 26 is going pretty well as well. Maybe a couple extra oranges. We're starting to see taller stacks now. 29 is a fun level because it doesn't really matter what color you get first. There's a diamond setup hiding in there, no matter what you do. And so if everything goes right, you can churn through the colors in this one pretty quickly. Those red bombs could be a problem, and yeah, the red bombs caused a red diamond, which not exactly what you want. Getting bad diamonds. Now those diamonds on the NES version of this game, they cannot be picked up. So if they are in a bad position, you are stuck. Aaron dropping or 2 bombs of the same color, and with the 2 hit enemies, one will hit and then the other one will fall in place and hit again. It's a really good way to get a combo. Combos will either extend Birdo time or shrink Wario time. Very helpful casually. A little less helpful in the speedrun because you still want to go fast, but it's easier to go fast in Birdo time than Wario time, so it is helpful. Cytown making quick work of 30. We're starting to get into the harder levels. The time it takes to do the sections, it does not grow linearly, so we're going to see most of the time it's going to be spent from here on out. We aren't even halfway done on the clock yet. Cytown getting all the reds out in one move. That's, again, really great because the red enemies are the ones you really don't want Wario, the red and the blue. You don't want Wario being able to throw those 2 hits at you. That just ends up being painful really quickly. Where's a diamond? Would have rather had a blue or a indigo, but we got a teal. We'll work with it. The diamond that came out was fortunately the right diamond as well. Could have been a dark blue. Looks like we're gonna go for a diagonal green. A diamond there. Over on Cytown's side. Aaron's just getting through 29, gonna get a cutscene. We've seen some of the stages that Aaron's been through before, but we're seeing different patterns in some of them because, again, 2 patterns per stage, not always equally difficult. Looking for that blue diamond on Aaron's side, and there it is. Starting to see slightly higher stacks when we have the normal enemies. When we have the difficult enemies, we still see the stacks being relatively low. Gonna not only get the diamond, but gonna get a full color kill on light blue on Aaron's side. That one little chunk of reds over there. What diamond did we get? We get the red diamond. Maybe not what we wanted, but moving pretty quickly here. And yeah, and Aaron's on to 31, which is actually a pretty tricky stage for its place in the run here. Because there's so few enemies, it's hard to mill the diamonds, but because of the two hitters, you kind of really would like to get one if you can make it work. So very tricky stage. Gonna get a diamond out of the blues. It's dark blue, which you don't really want at this point. You would have wanted it if there were more on the screen, but there's only one. It's maybe not the best anymore. Aaron, Cytown, we're going to 34. One more enemy clear. We'll move on. Let's see which pattern comes up for 35. Got the bad pattern for 35. At least the less obvious pattern. The other pattern for 35, maybe we'll see it, is basically just vertical stacks. It's pretty obvious what to do with it. Did not get a diamond for the two-hit enemies, which is what we would definitely want, given the choice. Should be able to finish off the blues here. Just waiting on that blue bomb to show up, knowing that that's what it's going to take to finish them off. Lots of bombs on the screen here. Gonna probably go for that diamond down there. Yeah. I'm gonna be too mad about that. So now 1 and 2, and we'll be out of that stage 35. Aaron's on stage 32. Looks like gonna pull another diamond out here. Now that crossover is a little annoying, but not insurmountable. On 36, Cytown did a deep dig to try to get some play on a diamond here. It's going to be the green. Red isn't a super valuable diamond here, but and of course, Birdo spawned a red bomb right as the kill shot being made. So now those are eligible to keep spawning again forever. So let's see what we get here. And yep, just to add insult to injury, the resurrected red turned into a red diamond. Cytown doesn't seem to be in a hurry to kill it off. Aaron working through 33, got those stragglers, like just one or two of each color. It's an obnoxious situation to be in. It's something that if you can manage to rearrange your stack, it can be very beneficial to avoid that situation. Cytown doing some quick sorting, trying to get the diamond lined up, also trying to deal with these blues. Let's see, gonna get them cleared out. There they are. Just again, getting rid of colors is very important to getting through stuff on pace. Got just the one pink, which I think will be next. Nope, respawned. But let's see which diamond shows up. It's a pink diamond. Just gonna let that clear out and move on. Alright, Aaron's also got the kind of annoying situation of having 7 enemies of a color because there's 7 rows across. You really want 6 in a bomb, that'll work. 7, you can't get them all with one bomb going horizontally. Maybe you can get them vertically, but that can be a little trickier. That's a lot of vertical real estate. Okay, so over on Cytown's side, stage 38, we have the diagonal only enemies. The ones in red, as I alluded to, you can only destroy those enemies diagonally. Cytown's got a diamond, though. The diamond is not limited to diagonals only. That's only true for the enemies. The bombs can also be destroyed horizontally. It's just the enemies that are diagonal only. So you can actually take advantage of that when you have the diamond in play and just make an easy horizontal combo on them. Otherwise, it's a little annoying, especially that you don't want them around at the end. You generally don't want any of the odd enemies around at the end. They cause you problems. But the diagonal ones, much like how the flashing ones have the problem of Wario will get you out of sync, the diagonal ones, you need some bombs in order to make a stack to even make a diagonal clear. And Wario will drop bombs on enemies in a way that makes it really difficult to actually get them back in sync so that you can clear them. It can, again, just be in your benefit just to force a diamond. All right, stage 40 doesn't look like much, but it's actually, there's so many colors and so few enemies. It's actually pretty hard to find the diamonds, so Cytown's doing a great job of doing so. And the diamonds don't pay off a whole ton either. You can get things like that white diamond, not especially useful because there's only one white enemy left, and there was never going to be more than one white enemy left after the clear. So just some limitations as to how fast you can do this, despite it being a short stack. The sheer number of colors just makes it tricky. It's hard to get out of this stage without seeing Wario. Well, Aaron's on 37, just a few stages behind. About to farm another diamond, just trying to get that bomb high enough to do it. 41. 41 is one of the hardest stages in the run. And you can see Aaron trying to Cytown trying to sort the stack. Found a diamond. Gonna leave because of the excess green bomb, just gonna take what's available. Let's see if this turns into clearing green here. More important to set up some more diamond opportunities here. Now it looks like it's going to be green and then orange, so that reduces the number of excess colors. Here's a diamond setup. Dark blue, not what you wanted, because now Wario can spawn dark blue enemies, but if he does, at least you got the diamond. Okay, now you're down to single hit enemies, and there we go. Uh, 42, maybe not quite as much as 40, but still kind of a little tricky to find where the colors and where the diamonds are going to be in this one. So Cytown's doing a lot of stack sorting right now. Kind of looks like red is the target. Looks like that's going to turn into orange being the target. Okay, I got another pink setup here. And that should get through 42. Aaron's still working on 39. All right, 43 has the diagonals, but fortunately it's got a easy diamond setup there. Did not get the red diamond, which is what you ideally want. Did get a red diamond there, so things are looking pretty rosy from here. Just trying to get as close to full clear on greens and then move on to the oranges. Stage is done. Aaron's on to stage 40. Again, the sparse enemies. It's hard to find diamonds in this rough. 44 for Cytown, and another pretty standard stage. Just the stacks are getting taller, but the stages that have tall stacks but actually have meaningful diamonds aren't that bad. Cytown has elected to try to wait for a green. Didn't actually show up, and you only want to wait so long, so just decided it was time to go. So moving on to doing things the hard way here, all the way up the stack. There's one diamond. Aaron working through 40, but Wario resurrected green, which is going to cost a bit of time here. Cytown's got to deal with that pink. Didn't get too much in the way. Moving on to 45, another really hard stage because of the 2-hit enemies. Trying to rearrange and make a pink stack there, opposed to taking the diagonal, but the bomb just blew up all the progress there. This extra pink, though, is going to give another opportunity. Got an orange, not what we were looking for. We really want to get either the red or the blue on this one. Aaron working through 41. Got rid of the reds. Still got to deal with all the dark blues, though. That's still the thing that could be a problem here. Got a diamond set up. Is it going to be a useful one? Not particularly. Cytown has run into a little bit of a roadblock with 45. That's not atypical. Probably at this point just going to ride out Wario time. Got a chance to kill the reds. That'll help a lot. And yeah, it's actually better for Cytown to let the blinking stop there, because otherwise you're left with one enemy and you need 2 bombs on it anyway. On to 46. Trying to find the diamond. Looks like we're getting a pink diagonal setup. Got red out of it. That's not too bad. Aaron's trying to get this vertical blue setup. Is just a little bit hindered by the well, but getting through it. A combo for Aaron. I'm sorry, for Cytown. And got a color clear. And the kind of thing that will help a lot. Diamond. That also made a combo, so the stage is about to wrap up pretty soon. Maybe didn't get the best bomb colors there. And Aaron wrapping up 42. 47, another stage with just a bunch of standard enemies. So it's just, again, as we've seen here, find your diamond setups. Try to get colors reduced as quickly as possible because there's still a lot of them. We got a pink setup and didn't have to wait too long for the pink bomb. Getting the pink diamond is not necessarily what you wanted there. Getting 2 pink diamonds is really not what you wanted there. The main thing keeping Aaron getting out of this level is that immobile red dead diamond, but finds a way through it. Cytown's getting some progress on 47. Let's see if this is a chance to clear all the reds. It was not. Down to 2 colors here. That could result in an enemy respawn. It did not. Cytown's on to 48. As I call it, the Great Equalizer, the hardest stage in the first 50. Now, we got so many of those 2-hit enemies, and they're all blocking the way. And for a horizontal pink setup, you're really hoping you can get either a red or a blue out of that diamond, and it wasn't there to be. A lot of rejuggling. We're going to try to get another diamond. It's a pink. So this looks like it's going to end up going the hard way. And still a pink hanging around. So now basically we got so many colors, especially with the whites and the light blues getting in the way. Okay, pink's at least gone. I'll take white off the table for a moment. There's a diamond chance. Light blue, not what you wanted. This has been just some very difficult diamond luck. What do we get here? Finally a diamond that you might actually want. And now it is actually down to a normal stage. We got that 7 across setup that I talked about not being ideal. Cytown turns it into a 4 vertical. Aaron's over on 45, another one of the toughest stages. Did not get a favorable diamond. Could kill green. Going to be a bit of a hike to do so. 49's just it's all normal enemies, but it's very dense. So as always, working through. I think Cytown sees that that is in fact a diamond setup. Gonna take it. Aaron's got 45 reduced to just the 2 hitters. Not exactly the situation you want to be in, but it's better than having a ton of other stuff hanging around. Cytown's got a dead red diamond up there. It's now a live red diamond, but not in the way you would like it to be. And just one more stage now for Cytown. This is the better of the 2 patterns available for this stage because you get easy blue and white diamond setups. Got a pink diamond buried at the bottom. Cytown's going to go for a stack of 6 blues, get them out of the way. Use the diamond to make another diamond. It was a color that was already diamonded, but not exactly going to complain. And we should be seeing Cytown wrap up, and that's time. Alright, so I'm going to let Aaron finish this up before doing the comms invites, because we're pretty close. Just a few more stages to go. Wants that pink diamond set up along the bottom. By picking early, there was a risk of getting a green, but didn't get the green, but also didn't get the color they wanted. Once again, back to 47. Lots of colors here. It's all about trying to figure out where your diamond setups are. It's like Aaron's looking for that red. Waiting on 1 bomb can always be a problem. You're never guaranteed to get it. It's like not gonna take the pink diamond that was halfway there. Just kind of working through the colors, not really farming out another diamond at this point. Got a big stack of those extra light blues at the top. Looks like they're going to take care of that. Also just a bunch of extra reds, so that's not so useful to have hanging around, so kind of let them clear out. And now on to 48 once again, the hardest stage in this category. Let's see if I want to see how Aaron plays this. Is going to go for the diamond. Got a much better diamond than anything that happened to Cytown. Kind of hoping for a white bomb here. Orange. Still got to deal with the reds. There aren't that many of them. There's still a few. Aaron should probably not have to worry too much about that lone red. I don't think we're going to end up back in Wario time here. Not the correct diamond. There we go. Now the obvious setup on this one is those oranges down the middle. Let's see if that actually pans out if Birdo decides to be friendly. It's not looking like it. Eventually showed up. Trying to manage those extra whites before that happens, before color gets resurrected. There it is. Also trying to get a diamond while the setup is good. Out of Wario time. We should probably clear this within one more cycle. Diamond, not a useful color. Now I just need to mine one more pink bomb. There it is, one stage left. And got the less good pattern here. Still workable. You just have to, you don't have those quick diagonal setups, you have to actually do some digging. Take the red clear while it's easy. Got blue down to 2 enemies. Farm one more diamond here. I'm gonna make sure that we get blue off the table in the process there. And diamond setup. Not a very useful color. Now I just need to get one more useful bomb here. There it is. And GG's. Well, I see Aaron there, so.
Hello.
Hello. Any thoughts on the on how it went today?
No, I mean I had fun. Yeah, this game is game's a ton of fun to play through. I need to get better at the last 10 levels. Oh man, I thought I was doing pretty good keeping Wario at bay for most of the run. Then I think level 50 went or level 40 went sideways. Level 49 went really sideways. But I mean that's just going to be practice and getting used to it. so my brain doesn't get so tired near the end of a run, because it's not a long run, but this is a very thinking heavy run.
Yeah, the difficulty really ramps up at the end. I will say,
Mhm.
throughout the first, yeah, until about level 40 or so. I mean, Cytown's a top runner. It's a difficult draw. You were maybe 3 stages behind, and then the last few stages definitely were the hardest part.
Yeah, like a little bit of background about me. I am mostly used to playing the SNES version. I used to run the SNES versions versus COM category many years ago. So I'm still getting used to the movement here. I'm still very much getting used to the subtle differences in uh, the order in which things happen. And I guess most obviously, not being able to lift diamonds in this version is still surprises me every now and then, even with a little bit of practice under my belt. Um, so I'm getting used to things still. Yeah, still having a lot of fun.
I grew up with the NES version, so the SNES version I consider to be the inferior version lacking boss fights.
I mean, they've both got their. I think they both got their pluses and minuses for sure. I think definitely happy to play either.
Yeah, it's a completely original, unique game. There's never really been anything quite like it since.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Can we get like a 99 version of this game somehow? Would that possibly work?
I mean, I'd be down. I think it might be a tough sell because it's kind of a cult classic, right?
Right.
All right, well, I don't see Cytown having popped in, and I think that's all automatic on the back end, so I'm going to take a guess that they didn't want to pop in for an interview. And we do have another race in 5 minutes, so I think I'm going to let you go and
All
try to
right.
get that one set up. Once again, GG's.
Yeah.
You,
Yeah, GG's, and thanks for the restream and the commentary.
do you have anything else you'd like to add?
Enjoy the woods.
Okay. Well, let's see if we can get it moved on to the next race. I don't actually know if I have to end stream on this one or not, so let me figure that out. I'm gonna go quiet for a minute, but we'll be back real soon.